This is Sounds Like Adventure, an actual play podcast all about fun roleplay, short runtimes, and great sound design. I'm your host and DM, Jack Trainer, and I'm joined by my co-hosts and players, Jacob Sirachi and China Wenzel. Hey there! We're back with another episode of Season 2 of Sounds Like Adventure. Hey, it's me, Jack. How you going? So in last week's episode, we got some closure on what Mary Canary actually wants. But where is her daughter? And what is she actually up to? And who is this crazy character that Mary Canary has paired the brothers up with? We'll find out more in today's episode. But hey, don't forget, we're still doing our giveaway on our Instagram page. If you want to play some D&D with us, it's that easy. Just enter the giveaway and you'll have a chance. Head over to soundslike.show to check out all the T's and C's and the information, or visit us on Instagram at soundslike_show. But hey, with all that in mind, let's get into the next episode of Sounds Like Adventure. So when we pick things up, you guys have just arrived at the contact of Mary Canary. She sent you on a mission to this tavern called the Wizards Nephew, where there's a music festival playing, and she believes her daughter, who has gone missing, will be at the tavern. And she also believes her daughter is up to some shady activity. So she sent you off to meet with this crazy character. All you know that he's well-connected and he's a total idiot. You knocked on the door of his house, the door swung off the hinges, he fell down the stairs, and now here he is with his head in his hands, wondering what has happened. Siok, what are you going to do?
Sorry for storming in like this, but the door was kind of open.
Otis leans down, picks the door, grabs the edge of the door and sort of just props it up in the frame.
He's got his head in his hands. He goes, far out, I just got that thing back on. Who are you guys?
We're here because we were told you could help us get into the festival today.
And his tone changes immediately when he realizes who you are, takes his head out of his hands. He goes, you're Mary Canary's friends. Yeah, come in. I was just getting ready. Tonight is gonna be sick. And he turns around and starts walking back into the house, kicking things out of the way as he goes. He's kicking stuff out of the way to clear for you. So he's like, Madam Canary said you guys are big fans of Scam Hall, but you've never been to a show before. So I was stoked that she gave me the call. I get to take you to your first show ski.
Yes.
Honestly, I was super surprised she got in touch because ever since the whole incident with the pineapple and her head and me throwing it and it hitting. But anyway, I thought she didn't like me, but I guess we're cool now, eh? So that's pretty sick, eh?
Yeah, what's your name, mate?
Bobby Elfish.
Bobby Elfish. That's a name.
That's my name.
Yeah, sick.
He's as he's talking to you, he's kind of bouncing around a little bit, there's music playing.
Otis just gestures to himself and to Siok, and he says, Otis and Siok, the Macumbers.
Sick boys. He puts his hand up in a cool gesture to dap you guys up.
Otis extends his hand very cautiously, not
slaps it super hard. Whoosh, and grabs it.
Not confident about what's actually happening, and sort of just puts his hand out in a weird gesture to mirror.
And he lets it go. He goes, you know how it is, bro. And he puts his hand up to Siok.
Yeah, Siok just does the same thing he just did to Otis.
Slaps it again, locks it in. My man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
When is the festival? When does it start, bro?
People probably already lining up now. So we should get ready. You guys make it into the main living area, and it's just same thing, crap all over the place. Places you might choose to sit down have stuff on them, so it's not a good thing.
Otis, not having quite enough tact, I feel he would probably be did something happen here, Mr. Elfish?
Oh man, Stuff happens here all the time, bro. It's wild.
Yeah, I can tell.
Quite. Otis across the mind link to Sia could probably be like, brother, this is definitely more your crowd than mine.
What are you talking about? This place. Oh my god. You can see, like, Siok acts really cool, but he actually likes order a lot. Like, he likes things like really big in order.
As you guys are having this like mind conversation, he's just like body rolling behind you guys, just like fiercely, just like no music. He's just like getting down to nothing.
So Bobby, hey,
Yay.
you need to get like change or something? You going like that?
Oh, yeah, I do. He looks at your outfit and he's like, sick. He heads off upstairs. Can you guys give me quick perception checks, both?
Yeah.
Trying to beat a 12.
That'd be a 16 from Otis.
Yeah, I've got 14 there.
You both notice that the stove is on and there is a pot that seems like it's been boiling for a long time.
Yeah, so Otis sees the stove and just says, oh dear, and makes a couple of hand gestures, and this like glowing black translucent trunk for his mage hand just like gently turns the stove off and then just like slowly dissipates back into shadow.
So some time passes and then down comes the Aarakocra. And he is wearing like a very strange outfit. It looks like Siok has taken the right tact here. It's all tassels and neon. It looks like a tactical harness of some kind, but he's got like no shirt underneath and it's all just neon green. And he's wearing tight neon yellow leggings. And he's like, you boys ready? So you guys head outside, and by the time you head outside, night has fallen. And above your head, where you'd normally look up and just see the canopy of the trees, you see these green and yellow beams of light flickering in the air in this kind of like circular motions. But before you can say anything, Bobby Elfish goes, oh, no, again. And he turns around and runs back inside.
it's like it's all good.
I'd also stand there awkwardly holding the door, waiting for him to leave so he can put it back in the frame.
So a short while he runs back outside. He's all puffed out. Oh, one time I left a box of donuts on the stove. I burned the whole bloody house down, ski. So now every time I've got to check that stove isn't on.
Yeah, we just turned it off.
I did turn that off, Mr. Elfish.
My man.
Otis puts his hand out in a mock, like in a better this time version of his dapping, and
He looks at you. He's like, it's not the time for that.
Otis just looks a bit dejected, but understanding.
Silk just taps his shoulder. You'll get it. You'll get it. It's like you had some donuts on the stove.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just left them there.
Nice.
The whole box just burned up.
Sounds crispy.
The house was... Anyway. So you guys head off, and on your way, you start to notice a few things. First, you notice that those magical glowing beams of light seem to be getting clearer in the sky. And as you go, you're hearing this sort of rhythmic throbbing sound getting louder.
Yeah, Cirque is actually into this. Like, he bobs his head.
And then suddenly you guys turn a corner, and standing in front of you guys is the Wizards Nephew, the source of the throbbing sound and the magical lights in the air. There's this line that like stretches down the street, people queuing up to get in the venue. There's like throbbing and pulsating sound coming from within the tavern, lights of magical energy flowing out of the windows and these circular waving patterns. And Bobby turns to you guys and says, all right, boys, let's go ski.
Otis goes, yes, let's get out. Scam on.
Get your scam on. I like that. That's pretty cool. Hey, it's getting with it. So Bobby starts leading you guys toward the bouncer. And as he does, he starts speaking under his breath. He goes, oh no, they've got Norm on the door.
Sorry, who?
Norm.
Is Norm a problem, Mr. Elfish?
Look, let's just say we don't necessarily see eye to eye ski.
Is that because he's taller than you?
I never thought of it that way before.
Better looking.
It definitely wouldn't be hard. And as he's saying that, you look over and you notice a dragonborn bouncer with blue scales and a long neck, and he's chatting to people and checking tickets. And you can overhear what he's saying. He's like, "Alrighty then, let's take a look at those tickets. Yep, looks to be in order. You ladies have a lovely evening."
Otis immediately looks at Bobby, not trusting his judgment, and is like, Mr. Elfish, you had our tickets with you, didn't you?
And as this is going on, the Dragonborn notices Bobby and starts walking over. "G'day, Bobby! Bobby baby! My baby boy Bobby! G'day, mate. What are you doing here, eh? Oh, you're not trying to get in, are ya? All right, who are you two? Why are you hanging out with this joker?"
He's our protege. We'll make sure he doesn't get into any trouble tonight, tomorrow, anytime soon.
All right. Look, well, the name's Dragon Norm, and I'm the bouncer here at the Wizards Nephew.
Just a Dragon Norm.
Me and Bobby now, we know each other pretty well. So, you boys are here to check out the show, are you?
Yeah, that's right. And Siok does the weird hand gesture that looked like he knows what he's doing.
All right, Bobby, you know how it is, all right? Every weekend you come here and you try and get in, mate. And I say, "Look, Bobby, no, you can't come in. You get too excited. You don't know how to calm down." And you say, "Okay, Norm, I'll be a good little boy. I'll run along home. I won't bother you." And then I do me walk through at 10 p.m. and who's swinging from the bloody chandelier? It's bloody Bobby Elfish. Look, I don't know how you're getting in, mate, but you're not getting past me tonight, all right?
That's why we're here. He hired us to make sure he's not gonna be a nuisance. You see good Bobby over here? He really enjoys the shows. But he also knows he's being a nuisance to you, and he doesn't like that. That's why the two of us are here to keep him in check.
Ain't you them Macumbra boys? Ain't you those guys? They've been around, what's it called again? Department of Lost and Found, right? That's you boys. Yeah. Elephant, cat, investigators. You helped out me auntie. Her pies were getting stolen, and you guys figured out who it was. And who would have thought it would have been the mayor of Ethel Grove? What a twist. You would have thought she had enough pies, eh? Without having to come down and take my aunties from her windowsill. But I guess we'll never understand the ways of the rich folk. But look, I appreciate what you guys did, helping out me auntie. I'm one of the community, okay? So look, what Bobby does here is quite troubling. It's hard to forgive, but there is something you guys could do for me, which means we could sort of call this all square.
All right, and what would that be, Norm?
So he goes, "Well, look, so I need some help here. See those guys over there?" And he points over to this group of grumpy-looking people. They're wearing clothes that are all the same color, very nondescript, faces covered with masks and hoods, and they're just being pretty antisocial, dancing very aggressively. He goes, "Look, I can't deal with them because if I just go over there, they're all going to attack me. It's not going to work out for me. I can handle myself, but there's a fair few. Two of you, I think you can be able to sort them out. If you can clear them off, I'll let you in. Even you, Bobby, I'll let you in if you guys can get rid of those jokers."
You've got yourself a deal, Mr. Norm. But can you throw in one of your mother's pies?
Oh, my auntie's pies, of course. I know you probably deal with a lot of people, so I'm not offended at all with that small mistake.
There is a reason that he was stealing them. They were that good.
Oh, they were, weren't they? That's a deal. That's lock it in, Eddie. He puts the hand out for the handshake. Not going for it, not trying to dap you up at all.
Awesome. Otis will confidently shake his hand.
And he goes, and he pulls you in case. He goes, but look, don't kill him, all right? Like, he smacks his fist 3 times against his palm. He's like, that's all right with me. Like, if you want to just, like, test out the integrity of the bridge of their nose with your elbows, I think that's fine. Like, that's just scientific testing, right?
Some would call it percussive maintenance.
I like you. This one's good. He's a good guy. You keep hanging around guys like this, Bobby.
We will try and solve this non-violently, I think.
Is Bobby still with us? Or is he disappeared?
Bobby's just sort of like shrunk into the background. Like he's being alpha big time right now.
Can Otis, with his previous insight check on Bobby, see whether he'd be any use in this?
You want to see if Bobby Elfish would be of any use in a fight?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, sure. Give me an insight roll.
Well, that's a whole of a natural one.
You think Bobby's got some skills here? I reckon you could bring him into the equation.
All right, Bobby. You stay with Norm, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes, and then we go in together. Sounds good?
Sounds great. I love it. It's a great idea. If you guys sort that out, and we'll be in there and scam hauling the day away.
Yeah, we're gonna scam haul that hard, mate. We're gonna scam haul all night.
As they walk over, Otis would probably, speaking to Siok, would say, brother, as uncouth as Bobby is, I feel like he would be a good person to get on our side.
What do you mean? He's like a nut job. He burned down his house cooking donuts, man.
I wasn't cooking them. They were just on the stove in the box. I bought them from the shop.
Otis is more like, yes, but he does seem the sort of nuisance that ends up well connected.
You think?
Look over at him. He's just body rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Siok takes a good look at Bobby, trying to like see in him what Otis saw him in. I was like, because his first impression was like, this guy is fun, but he's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, why don't you give me an insight check as well then?
All right, I'll give you an insight. Here we go.
Nice. As this is happening, the crowd has started chanting, "Go Bobby." Go Bobby, go Bobby, go Bobby. As he's hitting the body roll like super aggressively.
Oh, that's a 21.
Yeah, you're like, this dude is a total idiot. It's your take on this thing.
Yeah, it's like, he's probably dangerous, but in a different sense than you think, Otis.
As you're heading over, you hear Norm say, all right, Bobby, that's enough dancing. That's enough body rolling. Let me introduce you to the broom roll. And he hands him a broom and expects him to start sweeping. So you guys like head over to this group of these aggressive looking guys. And as you get closer, you notice how young they are. A lot of them seem like they're like 14, 15. Oldest seem like they're like 19, 20 age. And you also notice that they are all kobolds. All these little lizardy, dragony sort of creatures. And they have like a little tiny artifact with them that you guys know. It's called a song stone. And it can play like any sound or song that the owner would like. And this one is just playing some really, really aggressive music. And like, people are walking past and they're like just saying stuff to them like, yeah, you dog, get out of here, you dog, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, just like, super unpleasant, basically, making everyone uncomfortable.
As they see Siok, he will make some thieves' cant hand gestures to figure out like whether or not these guys like are in the criminal network. And what he's like signing to him or like communicating is like, hey, what is it like? What are you selling? Like what do you have on offer?
Great. So one of them comes up to you, and they're down on sort of like this lowered platform almost. Seems like sort of like a town square, and they're occupying this space. There's these four small walls around the corner. They're about sort of like shin height, and they're sitting on them and just like, just occupying this space, making it so no one else can get over there. So you make the thieves' cant, and one of them like aggressively dances over to you. He's like hopping on one leg and he's going sideways and he's chugging his arms like a train. And he says, "Hey, bro, what's going on? You trying to get on?"
What you got, son?
What you need?
The best.
As you say this, the song stone changes to a new song. "Hey, will you come to the right place, bro? Just, 50 gold, I'll get it for you."
I don't think you even know anything that good.
Oh, shut up, you dog. Come on, just give us gold.
I'm not gonna give you clowns 50 gold. Well, your stuff's probably worth like 2, if even.
Iotis, I feel like it wants to have this over and done with. And can I cast a minor illusion? I feel like of himself, like twice the size, so just towering over, like just behind him and his brother, and just say, "I think it is time that you boys leave." And I want to roll intimidation.
All right. Go ahead. Give me an intimidation.
Oh, fuck's sake. That is a 8.
He's like, "Hey, big boy, you think you're cool, hey? You think you're cool, hey, big boy? Using your magic, hey? You think I believe this?"
Otis is just like, well, I mean, there's no backing out now.
A few other guys start to come around, and at this point you notice that there is quite a few guys here. There's 12.
Oh.
Sex just looks at Otis and like says in its mind, like, "Alright, just blast them. I'll take care of the rest."
So as you say that, you hear these footsteps coming, and you turn around, and one of these dudes is trying to dog shot you. They're running at you extremely fast, and you are turned around, and his fist is coming right at your face. I'm going to give you a chance to make like a dex check of some kind here to get out of the way, and this is a kid, so I'm going to give you advantage on this check. What are you going to do, and what check are you going to make?
So I would dodge out of the way, grab his hand, and like shoulder slam him, like a judo over the shoulder onto the ground.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics. I feel like the move you described was acrobatics. Advantage.
No, I'm using his own momentum. That's 22.
Cool. Great. So you do that. You catch him at the last moment. You spin him around and you slam him into the ground super hard. He's down prone and like his head hits the ground and you just knock this kid straight out. And with that, roll for initiative. See, I told you, season 2, it's a banger. We're not making you wait all the way to the finale just to get a little slice of combat. Episode 4, Otis and Seok, they got to beat down on these kobolds. But can they hang in? There's quite a lot of them. They're definitely outnumbered. Well, find out in the next episode. And to make sure you don't miss that next episode, all you need to do is head over to the app that you're listening to this on right now, subscribe or follow the show free. And hey, while you're there, if you've got time, please, a 5-star review would mean so much. And don't forget, our competition is still going. There's only a few weeks left, so make sure you head over to Instagram and get your entry in now. T's and C's apply. Head over to soundslike.show for more information. But hey, with all that in mind, catch you next week for the next episode of Sounds Like Adventure.